Well, obviously, we know with any pitcher, you never want to have those leadoff walks. So, what do you think is just kind of leading to either maybe the lack of command or just maybe some of those misses there that aren't as necessarily things we've been seeing from you this season?
Yeah, I just think, I mean, it hasn't been where I want it to like the last, probably month or so, and just I don't know. I feel like when you're in a groove, you don't think about it a little bit, and then kind of when you fall out of it, it's hard to sometimes find what you were in, and so trying to like work back to it, but obviously like just been a little bit all over the place, and I think sometimes you start thinking about that a little bit, and so I think that leads to more balls, more walks, and just a little bit kind of what we're seeing, a little bit of a tumble, but just keep working, trying to right the ship.
With that, I know it's a lot of conversations with Mark and Connor. Is there something that you are either is it a feel you're looking for? Do you think it's a mechanical thing for you right now?
Yeah, I think when I get in trouble, it's like when I'm not like, kind of getting that feel down the mound and I'm just kind of getting stuck over the rubber, and you try to like create it over the rubber, and it's, and then that's kind of leads to, getting stuck up top and you're not really getting down the mound, and that's when you see like sometimes you try to like overcorrect and then you like get like way out in front, and sometimes you're like way too back, and so I'm just kind of in between, what I want, and then part of that, like when it's not like what the feel you want, sometimes you start thinking about it up there too, and so that kind of all plays into it, not necessarily like as 100% like thinking about executing the pitch when you're a little bit not a little bit, but like thinking about trying to feel what you want on the mound, and so I think I haven't done a great job of that.
Did you feel that today, especially as that inning kind of kept building leading up to the homer?
Yeah, I think there was way too much spray. It's like when it wasn't going where I want it to, it's like I'm trying to feel what it was like when I was really getting down the mound, really throwing it, just lift and go, and so when you're not like I said, when you're not feeling that, you start thinking about it a little bit, and then I think I was just trying to really get something in there, and then it turned back into please just throw a strike, instead of when I was going really well, it was just like I'm going to challenge you right here and you're not going to hit it, and so I think just need to do a better job of getting back to that and finding where I was a month ago.
The home run itself didn't seem like that bad of a pitch. Is that where you wanted it, or did it compare to where you wanted it?
I wanted it away. I don't think any home run pitch is a good pitch, so if he pops that one up, it might be, but clearly it was. I believe it was 2-0, I think, or I got behind him and gave him a fastball, and he was ready for it, and put it out there. When you're ahead and you're dictating things, that's a pop up, or they have to think about other stuff when I'm throwing off speed in the zone, but I haven't been, and so it's really easy to sit on a fastball there, even if it's it's a spot that should be harder to hit. If you're behind and a guy's a good hitter, it's a lot easier for them to make that commitment and put a barrel to it.